All right. Welcome in, everybody, to another deep dive. Today, we are going on a little internet adventure, a digital expedition, if you will, all thanks to a website portfolio that, well, it kind of just landed in our laps.
Oh, I like where this is going. Sounds mysterious. Lay it on me.
So picture this, a portfolio website, sleek design, intriguing projects, the works. It belonged to someone named Carlos Centurion. At least that's what the internet tells us.
Okay, Carlos Centurion. Got it. What's the catch?
The catch, my friend, is that it seems like Carlos might recently, moved on from this chapter of his online life, retired the portfolio, so to speak.
Interesting. So we're talking digital archaeology now, digging through the remnants of a bygone website. I'm in.
Precisely. And let me tell you, these remnants tell a pretty fascinating story. We're talking game development, AI, even a touch of automation.
All right, color me intrigued. What kind of game dev are we talking here? 8-bit platformers. Grand strategy epics.
Well, we're talking big leagues here. I mean, first of all, this guy Carlos, he was working with Unreal Engine and Unity.
Whoa, hold on. Those are like the heavy hitters of the game dev world, right? I mean, we're talking industry standard tools.
Exactly. The ones used to build games like Fortnite, Street Fighter, even those crazy realistic remakes they've been doing, all Unreal or Unity.
Okay, so Carlos is clearly serious about this, not just messing around with some free game maker software. He's got skills.
Right, and the projects themselves. One is called Pirates World, Sea of Treasures, which, come on, how cool does that sound?
Sign me up, I'd play that.
And get this, he also had this whole League of Legends fan project going on.
Wow, talk about appealing to a built-in audience. Okay, so we've got serious game dev chops using professional-grade tools. What else? You mentioned AI.
Oh yeah, and this is where it gets really wild. Carlos was building an AI he called Agent Zero. And get this, it's an AI designed to write its own code.
Wait, back up a second. Did you just say this AI writes its own code, like without human input?
You got it. From what we can gather from the website, Agent Zero was designed to tackle complex mathematical problems and the way it would find solutions by writing, testing, and refining its own code.
That's next level stuff. It's one thing to code a game, but to code an AI that then codes itself, that's a whole different ballgame.
It really is. It speaks to a different level of problem solving and a deep understanding of how AI works. So we've got game development, we've got AI pushing the boundaries, but wait, there's more.
You're killing me. Hit me with it.
He also mentioned something called RPA, robotic process automation.
Okay, now we're really diving deep into the tech world. For those unfamiliar, RPA is basically like the art of training computers to do those mind-numbing repetitive tasks that we humans hate. Think data entry, clicking through endless menus, that sort of thing.
I was going to ask you to explain that.
No worries, happy to clarify. And the cool thing about RPA is that it's not just for tech wizards. It's being used more and more across different industries to streamline workflows, boost productivity, all that good stuff.
And it totally clicks, right? Thinking about how detail-oriented game dev can be, it wouldn't surprise me if Carlos used RPA to, automate game testing or even level generation.
Exactly. It's about working smarter, not harder. And that kind of efficiency can be a game changer, no pun intended, in any field.
And here's where things take an interesting turn. In one of his later posts, Carlos mentions rebranding, separating this tech-heavy portfolio from what seems like a more personal blog.
Ooh, a rebrand. That usually signifies a pretty big shift, wouldn't you say?
It does. Almost feels like a changing of the guard moment, like he was consciously deciding to present a more focused, professional image online.
Which makes perfect sense, especially in the tech world. It's all about evolution, adapting to the ever-changing landscape. You have to be willing to pivot, rebrand, and refine your online presence just as much as your skill set.
Totally. And what I found really cool was how he talked about this process. Like in one post, he's describing a project and he just casually throws in there, this is just a draft, but he'll fine-tune it.
See, I love that. It's that kind of transparency that makes you go, okay, this person is for real. They're not afraid to admit that even their awesome projects start as rough drafts.
Right. And in another post, he talks about learning on the fly and making as I go, which, again, just felt so genuine.
It's that growth mindset, the understanding that in tech, you're never really done learning. It's all about embracing the journey, the stumbles, the aha moments. That's where the real magic happens.
Exactly. And showing that process, that willingness to learn and iterate, I think it makes him way more relatable than like a perfectly polished, look at all my achievements type of portfolio.
Absolutely. It humanizes the tech, reminds us that there's a real person behind these impressive projects, someone who probably spends a lot of time Googling error messages, just like the rest of us.
Exactly. It's that willingness to embrace the messiness of the process that makes it authentic. So to kind of wrap our heads around Carlos and his digital footprint, we're looking at someone with a clear passion for all things tech, diverse skills in game development, AI, even automation, and a mindset that screams lifelong learner.
Not a bad digital footprint to leave behind. Makes you wonder what someone might find if they went digging through our online histories, doesn't it?
Right. What would your digital footprint say about you? All right, everybody, that's another deep dive in the books. Until next time, keep those digital footprints fascinating.